Alright, so the next part would be these little fragile wiring mechanisms that has to be put on the sides of this. I wouldn't, you would think that maybe they would have done something like, what do you call it, photo etch parts, but obviously it'll be a little bit too expensive. I've had my experience with very thin plastic parts that represents cabling or tubing. This one is no exception, and you gotta be very careful. I was glad that I had the nippers to cut these off. Now I put the glue on here. This one should have been pushed in a little bit further, but alright, looks good. There it is. Of course, with glue on your fingers, you'll get those little smudge marks, but that will be sanded down and primed later on. Let's see if I can do it with that messing up on here. Yeah, I think I was trying to use the hobby knife, but you have a tendency of bending it and maybe even snapping it off. So guys, if you get a kit like this, use nippers like the high precision ones that I got, and be very gentle and careful. These do have little guide holes. Yeah, like that one came out okay. You can barely notice it right there, but it's there. I believe this one goes like this. Yeah. Alright, so it goes like that. That goes through there. That goes through there. I'm seeing that it's sticking out like that. I wonder if it has to be flush. Alright, we'll leave it alone for now. But yeah, that's how it looks for this and that one. So these two parts technically are done. Nice. It's starting to come out at night. Alright, let's now move on to the next part. Going through the next part of the build is the seating for the guns, for where Finn and whoever sits on. We all remember Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and now Finn sitting on the gunnery chair, shooting down the TIE fighters. And in this kit, you have, of course, this part here, which is the seating, which I already slid in there. And it will be covered up with this clear part, like so. Now, unlike the canopy, which I just use a standard brush, for this and the other one, I'm going to airbrush this. I may decide to do charcoal or some sort. I don't know how it's going to look like once it's complete. Again, I have to look at some stock footages of maybe the completed models and how it looks. But I want to see how much detail I can do, especially in how narrow this part is. It would have been interesting. It would have been easy if the part was in two parts, and then I can paint either side. But this is already in this setting, so what are you going to do? Now, I did find something unique as I was assembling this, and it's easy to remove. The manual shows something like a peel-on sticker, and I was looking at that and I said, let me look at the sticker, or let me look at the decals. And stickers or decals, it doesn't matter, but let me go to the sticker section. Right now it's asked to put in 106 and 107. these rings here are for is 106, which goes around here, while the 107s goes out here. Interesting. It allows you to do this for both in decal, water slide decal, and stick-on. I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to attempt to do this. I'm going to try to get some masking tape and mask off all this, the sections here, so that way I can paint this all the one color. And then later on we'll peel it off. But let me just show you what it looks like once it's done. And put this one here, actually right here, and we'll flip it over. That's how it looks right there. And I believe this is the connector, this is a support connector for the base. So yeah, I'm gonna obviously oh, I don't have to worry about painting the sides since this is covering it up. So the only thing I have to worry about is the detail lining of the canopy. So that's good. So I'm gonna have to do this twice, since this is the bottom part of the ship, and then the top one will go up here. Ingenious, Bandai. Ingenious. I have to say, there's a lot of detail in this kit that, when you look at the manual, it covers a lot of aspects here. For an example, this, as you can see, this is a, they have these side parts here, and also these little thin, thin tube parts here that I had to put on, and had to be very careful with it. The placement of the holes, the pegs are nice and even, so you're never gonna, screw up on this. The one thing, of course, is this one. You got to be careful, because I also have to figure out if I can pop this out, because this is two pieces right here, as you can see right here for the other side, and I want to make sure I can pop this out like this easily, so I can paint this side, paint the other side here. Maybe it's not necessary, but I'm thinking about that. But yeah, this thing is like really, really crazy detail. Look at that. I wonder how it's going to come out when I prime this. Also, I put in these two parts here. As you can see, the layer of detail right there, and that has to go right there. And for this, supposedly, that goes like this. There we go. So it looks like that. Now there are parts here that I have to deal with, and I'll do that in a minute. But I wanted to show you these. This is part of the next stage of the build, which would be the actual engine parts. Now let's see here. This one goes like this over these holes. I believe it goes over these. Let's see here. No. I wonder if it's the other way. Oh, yeah, it goes here. There we go. Now, you also have these little grill things. I believe you have to put it on this part either way, so I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that. I should have done that first. Let's see here. So that goes like that. That goes like this. And that goes like this. So it looks like that. Look at that. Now, obviously, I have the LED set that's going to be putting in here soon. But for those who purchased this and could not get the LED set, Bandai provides you with a solid part, plus the two side parts here, so you don't have to use the clear part. This is going to be interesting to see it lit up. It also means I also have to take this kit apart later on, so I can remove these and paint it separately. But let's put it on either way just in case, so we could show you what it looks like. See? Nice. Very good detail. I'm going to start putting on the things here and here on the other side and see how it comes out. So what I assumed was going to be tedious was pretty much relatively painless, was putting on all these little hydraulic type connectors and these 4 winglets in there in the back. This is the bottom part of the ship, of course. And it was the one parts that was showing off all here in the row. Fortunately, Bandai was smart enough to put the part connecting at one end and not the other, so I didn't have to snap both ends. So using the precision clippers, I was able to flush each part together. And there's a spacing in between under the back part, and then there's a spacing in the front part, so it falls into place. And then using my extra thin cement, I just allowed a little drop going in there, and it's holding into place. These 4, of course, you have to like wedge it in there, get it in a nice position, and then I just applied glue anyway, just to be safe on that. I put the cover for the battery pack here, just so keep it for reference, of course. And speaking of the battery, I was looking at the battery pack here, and apparently I need LR44 batteries, 3 of them, by the way, so I can power the 2 LED lights. I thought there were 3 LED lights, but no, it comes with 2. So I'm gonna have to run out to my nearest store, Walmart or CVS, and pick those up. So I'm done with one side. I'm gonna do the other side in a few moments.